Okay, so we've been presuming that you've been following along. There's 32 lessons on YouTube, which if you've followed through progressively have given you a good base to prepare up to now. If you feel like you're not quite there, feel free to go back and review the lessons. They're done in 3 sections. There's a foundation section, there's a Qigong section, and then there's a form section. I recommend everyone start with the foundation series. That includes things like how to do your post training, okay? How to do the grounding exercise, how we warm up, some of the basic principles like substantial and insubstantial, and things like that we've been working with. The Qigong sets are designed to build up your inner energy, okay? They're designed to help you become more subtle and become more grounded, all right? And then the form training is what we've been working on. So we've done 4 moves. So this is from the Yang style 24 form. There are 5 different styles of Tai Chi. Chen is the original style. I don't teach a lot of Chen to Parkinson's folks because it involves a lot of pounding and sort of aggressive movements like that, which can shock up the system and aren't really good if you haven't been training for it. Yang style has been proven over and over again to have a lot of medical properties. Both Yang Fu and Chen Menching were very ill as young people. Nobody thought Yang Fu would live. And they went on to become great masters. So there is a huge power of transformation of the body that comes with Tai Chi, which is one of the main reasons that I teach it. So the Yang form is ubiquitous. It's one of the most well-known. It's very easy to adopt. You'll see a lot of it in China when you go out into the parks and you see people out in the mornings. So the Yang form is an easy entry, and the moves that I've taken are ones that cover 2 things. They cover movement in a certain direction, and they also cover a coordination of the upper and the lower, the arms and the legs. Okay, so if I start with my left foot forward and my right foot at a 45-degree angle, okay, and I'm going to do my part the wild horse's mane, so I'm going to make like I just finished it. Okay, so my right hand is down here with the back leg, almost like I'm brushing off a dog, and my left hand is out as if I'm serving a plate of hors d'oeuvres, right? So what we know about the part the wild horse's mane is that the hand and the foot that lead are always together. So if my left leg is forward, it will always be my right hand, or my left hand that's also forward. So it's a same side move. Okay, I'm able to come on the same side. Okay, now it's a splitting motion. What that means is that one arm is coming down and the other arm is coming up. Okay, that expansion is coming from the upper waist. Okay, so it's that in and out motion like this. Boom. 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 Okay. We did our part the wild horse's mane, we did our brush the knee and push from the exact same position. Left foot forward, right foot at 45. This one's opposite scenario. Okay. So that front hand is around the knee. It comes in a horseshoe shape like this. Okay. It ends up on the other side. This hand is forward. So these are opposites. So I have my left knee forward, but I have my right arm forward. Okay, that's the difference between the 2, and that's why while they're both using the same walk and they're both using that forward motion, the arms are different. Okay, so they're 2 great moves because they already plug into our Tai Chi walk, okay, but they both have different mechanics. Okay, and then we learned our repulse the monkey. So repulse the monkey looks like this. Okay, I start off just like I start off with part the wild horse's mane. I have this hand forward like I'm holding up a fruit. I have this leg forward, okay? From here, there's that opening. Okay, I have that opening, I reach back, okay? Some people look as if I'm looking behind me. You don't necessarily have to. I find it's a natural arc that I end up doing it, okay? And then 2 things happen at once. This hand comes up, this foot comes back. So it kind of happens at the same time, okay? And then what happens is I'm going to fall back on that back foot and push. I'm going to pretend I'm pushing that fruit off the side, and then I'm ready to do it again. So the hand folds over. Okay, there's the opening, step. Opening, step. Opening, step. Okay, and that's our repulse monkey. And the beauty of that is it's a backwards motion. So I'm putting my toes down, and then I'm sinking my weight, and this foot comes back. And then my toes down, sinking the weight. So the whole body gets pulled backwards. The whole body gets pulled backwards. So that's our front and our forward. And then we have our cloud hands. So our cloud hands begins, okay? My feet are about shoulder width, okay? I'm reaching over, I come up, cloud hands. When I hit that center point, when I cross that center line, the feet come together. The hands change. I bring these hands back over. Once I hit that center line, that foot comes out for the next move. Change the hands, center line, feet come together. Change the hands, foot comes out as I cross the center. Change the hands, come across. Change the hands, put the foot out, come across, and together, okay? And you can do it on both sides, okay? So I can start, same position, I can reach over, okay? As the hands come halfway, together, put those hands down, bring it across. Oops, excuse me, I messed up. So it's one of the challenges you'll find is going from side to side, okay? Definitely a challenge. So I'm gonna come across, I'm gonna settle in, come across, settle in, come across, settle in, come across, settle in, okay? It's a good challenge to go both ways. I learned the whole 24 form right-handed, and then my teacher told me to do it left-handed, and it took me forever to just figure it out. So it's a good way to keep your brain sharp. So now we have this 4 disparate moves. So how do I link these together? So I'm going to give you a great example because I want this to be something that's not rote. In other words, I don't want you to be like, all right, I do part the wild horse's mane 3 times, and then I do brush the knee and push 3 times. I want you to be able to do it as many times as you want, okay? And see how to link each move together, all right? So we're going to start off real simple. We're going to start off with our part the wild horse's mane. Same way we always start, my right foot facing out at 45, my left foot forward, okay? My left arm is out serving the plate. My right arm is down like this. Those of you at home, it would look like this, okay? So here I am. I'm going to compress on that back leg. I'm going to sink, okay? I'm going to do part the wild horse's mane for a few. Actually, I'm going to do it until I reach the edge of the mat. Okay? And then, here I am. Now, from here, I can do a couple of things. Okay? I can turn this into repulse monkey if I want to. Okay? I can put this hand out like I'm offering the fruit. I can open up these arms. I can push backwards. Okay? I can push backwards. I can push backwards. Okay? My other option, okay, is I can turn, and I can turn this into brush the knee and push. Okay, so we know how to turn, right? I sink on that back leg, I pivot that foot. As I turn around, brush the knee and push. Okay, brush the knee and push. Brush the knee and push. Okay, now, let's say I start with brush the knee and push. So I'm going to start in that position here, okay? That left hand comes around. This right hand comes forward like this, okay? Do a few of these. Do a few of these. And then let's say I want to end with part the wild horse's mane. Then I can do that, okay? So each move can transfer into itself. If I end with brush the knee and push, and now I want to turn it into repulse the monkey, okay? All I have to do is make sure that this hand forward comes out, this hand forward comes back, okay? Back and forth. Now let's say from here I want to come side to side. Well, okay. I can totally do that. Coming side to side. And let's say I want to end turning it back into part the wild horse's mane. I can do that also. Okay? And then again, switch, and switch, and switch, and switch, and switch, and switch, and switch. Okay? So each one can turn into each one of the others. Now, sometimes that's a little difficult. In particular, when you get to a certain point, you say, well, how do I know that I can turn into repulse monkey, and how come I don't do it this way as to do it this way? There's an intuitive way to do it. And you'll feel that. For instance, if I end with brush the knee and push, and I try and turn this way, I'm going to feel a little awkward. I'm going to feel a little bit strange. I'm going to feel a little bit off balance. Okay, the natural way to turn is going to be like this. Okay, and then I can turn that into the other moves from there, as long as I'm keeping my principles and keeping my walk, okay, and working out how it's going to be. Okay. Each transition is different. You're going to feel a little confused in the beginning, okay, because it's challenging to be able to get your mind around this idea of flowing from one move into the other move, okay? And you might mess up a little bit. You might have a couple times, where you end up in the opposite of what you should be. The hand brushes past the back leg and the hand is forward, okay? Or it's opposites, or when you come to the side, I do this frequently. When you come to the side, there's not quite the timing sometimes, okay? It doesn't matter, all right? You're not going to be in a competition. B, hopefully you're not going to be in a fight anytime soon. And C, you're doing this for your health and to understand the sense of flow. So again, there's a playful quality to it. There's a fun quality to it. You want to be able to really feel this is your form, okay? This is 4 moves. We didn't make this up. This didn't come from anywhere, okay? This came from the form. All right, we're doing all the things that we've been practicing so hard, okay? And we're finally able to put them together into something that really shows that we have an intent to master our moves and to understand Tai Chi, okay? So this is kind of a big lesson today, all right? And I might, depending on the feedback, decide to really kind of focus in on maybe how to transition from one move to the other for people who get confused, because it is a lot to be able to go from one thing to the other, okay? And there's a certain clicking that happens. There's a certain amount of like, oh, I get it, or oh, I felt it, or oh, that one made sense this time, okay? And the only way to do that is by experience. So my recommendation to you is to get up, to get out, get moving, play around with, these ideas of linking these 4 moves, okay? And if you're ever in doubt, just reset. So if you're ever in the middle of something and you're like, oh, God, I messed up. All right, let's start. One leg forward, one leg at a 45. I'll start with part the wild horse's mane, okay? And just do a couple, okay, until you feel like you got your rhythm back. And then change it up a little bit, okay? Change it up a little bit. Change it up a little bit, okay? Don't be afraid to experiment, okay? And there's no wrong way to do this. You can do 2 of one, 3 of the other, 5 of another. Do it however you feel, but try and make sure that in your workout, I'll do this for half an hour. I can easily do this for an hour, depending on how many moves I want to mix in and how elaborate I want to get, and if I want to play with speed and power and bursting energies and stuff like that, depending on how I want to do it. I can spend upwards of an hour doing this. But the idea is to not get stuck in A leads to B, leads to C, leads to D, okay? A can lead to C, C can lead to B can lead back to C. Like there's no, within the parentheses, you're free to do whatever you want. So the parentheses are those 4 moves. You have part the wild horse's mane, you have brush the knee and push, you have repulse the monkey, and you have cloud hands, okay? Those are your 4 moves. Being able to combine those is really the beauty of it. And then you can start to feel the difference of what it feels like when you're moving your body, okay? And you start to get more used to that pivot move, okay? You start to get used to moving comfortably forwards and backwards, and you start getting more of an idea of how the flow of Tai Chi works, okay? So today is kind of the penultimate lesson where we put everything together into one big sort of comprehensive thing. So congratulations if you've made it to this point and you've made it to the linking part, then you've made it through the beginner part of Tai Chi, and we'll be moving on to intermediate stuff next week, okay? So for now, spend the weekend, spend the day, spend some time, play around with this. You have your own form. It's only 4 moves. Each of those moves has a different principle. Each of those moves will teach you something, and we're going to go from there. Okay? So, as I always say, that is Tai Chi for today, my friends. Thank you very much. I'll talk to you soon.